And some moccasins, a Pendleton coat, nice beaded belt buckle,
All right, yeah,
nice
we need
beaded tie.
He sounds too old to even believe in the new age wabble bullshit.
Yeah, it's no saving him. It's no saving him. We just had to play with
He
him.
was on earlier, and there was another live, and he was just crashing out. And
it like,
these girls
was it
brought
like
up,
Tika and
Googled
Kit Kat,
every
you know?
article he wanted them to Google, and the answer just wasn't one he wanted. So
This last live you're talking about, were the females native or non-native, or what were they?
they were African girls, and they were bringing Native people onto their panel, and they were trying to get after these people because they're also trying to erase their history with West African slave trade.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of beautiful history, even with the Africans. They have patrilineal, they have matrilineal, and they have a bunch of deities, and sometimes they have one deity, and it's like because some of my classmates, they're like I said last night, one's from Afrafra, and then another one, a professor I had in the past at my community college where I graduated already from. So he's from Congo, and he was a short guy, though. That's the first time I was actually taller than another, a non-native. He's like a little shorter than me, but he was pretty cool. I got an A in his class, you know what I mean? They're pretty cool. And he likes to learn our culture, not to like steal or nothing, but just to understand. And same thing with him. He told me a lot about his culture to understand, not to jack from, you know what I mean? That's people that actually have culture, they're like that, you know? They want to learn to understand, but not to hijack or try to appropriate.
Yeah, I love hearing about other cultures, man. I think that shit is beautiful. I think the most beautiful thing about it is the commonalities that they have. You know what I'm saying? And the different, of course, the difference is gonna be there, but I think the shared origins is the dopest part for me.
My professor shared language. Go ahead.
I grew up with our culture and language, and we're Sundance people. We're people of we have our chanupa, our sacred calf pipe, and the man that keeps that artifact for our Lakota people, his name is I said that earlier, Arvo Looking Horse. He's the 19th generation keeper of the white buffalo calf pipe, and that's our sacred object for all of our tribes. And that's been around for almost 1,000 years, and that ties us right here to our sacred Black Hills. So we have cave drawings in the Black Hills that go back, 1,000 years. We've been here a long time, and our origin story proves that. And our origin story is complex. In our language, we call the Navajo people, we call them Tchashina Gleglega, which means the people of striped blankets. So that to me, that means that we traveled that far south and we traded with them. And I know we traded with people out on the East Coast, and we never seen anybody that looked African to us until the early to mid 1800s. And this is just a fantasy. They have no culture. They have no ties to this land. And it's all a sad product of G-side and historic and intergenerational trauma. And it's one oppressed people trying to oppress another oppressed people. And we're as Native people, we're just drug into another fight, but we're used to fighting. We're used to fighting all the time. We're used to fighting for our water, for our land, for our language, for our rights to our ceremonies. You could go to jail up until 1978. It was illegal to do our Native ceremonies. It took an act of Congress, the American Indian Freedom of Religious Act of 1978, once we were able to practice our religion freely. And that's what this country was founded on, was freedom of religion. But American Indians didn't have that until 1978. Isn't that some crazy shit? So.
Yeah.
But these people, they want our identity and they want our land, but they don't want the true history and the struggle. They say we're Mongolians and that we're Asians, and they try to totally erase us when our DNA and our haplogroups, some of the haplogroups They can't prove if they came from only here or Asia, but some of them are proven to only come from here. So our DNA goes directly to the land. We do come from here. And
I wouldn't say come from here. I mean, I understand what you're saying. If you're saying it the same way, haplo types derive. They have certain origins like adaptations and mutations. You can create a whole new haplogroup in a specific region, right? Of course, because there's several different haplogroups, but as far as like saying that would go to like the multi-regional hypothesis, and the only reason we can't let that slide is because if we let that slide, then the pretendians got to weigh in, because that's the only way that I'll debunk them from the origins. You don't come out of Africa like everyone else. The only other the only other hypothesis outside of that is the multi-regional hypothesis, which they have no evidence of, but they don't even know about that to even bring it up.
yeah,
And then
how
both of those
long
theories
ago is,
were.
you know, how far do they want to go back? Like, what's the point of going? You know, we've been here. We're the first ones of this land.
That was going to be my point. Either hypothesis, natives were still antecedent before any other group of people on this continent. So that's what I was about to say.
All right, I seen I am 113 say BS. I don't know what that was referring to, so I just brought him up. Go ahead and share your background, your information, whatever you want to expound on. You got the floor.
Thanks for bringing me up. I'm not a gentleman though. That's a picture of one of the first pretendians named Gray Owl that I like to show, showing that who were the actual pretendians originally in 1884, which were pale individuals, and they also went to the Boston Tea Party dressed as Indians. They were pale people. And also, if we're going to go back, let's go back to Spanish caste systems, because they were here prior to the British and the colonial in Columbus, as they like to bring up. What did Columbus see? Doesn't matter, because the Spanish were here first, and they have a Spanish system and a caste system. And it's funny that all of the Indians are curly hair and dark skinned people in their caste system pictures, which are older than colonial.